Welcome to the Fox Den, episode 2, live from Blacksburg, Virginia, Foxman's favorite town in all of Virginia. Looking a little blue on the screen, so maybe JJ will be getting me a new cam for the next episode. I'm not sure, but this is our second episode, our first one on the live, covering Week 11 college football. We're going to go over some plays that I made on Sunday on the opening numbers that I played. We're going to give you a couple of best bets this week, actually. Couldn't really pick between two totals, so we're going to go ahead and give you both of those. Election day, somewhere I have my sticker. You know, it's not official. You voted unless you have your little sticker to show everybody that you voted. And then you got to post it on Insta and Facebook and Twitter and all that. I got my sticker, though, and I did vote. I'm not going to get into the politics of anything. One of the great quotes about politicians is, what's up, Eric? How you doing? One of the great things, great quotes about politicians, I could be wrong, Mark Twain or Einstein, I don't know who said it, but it's a good one. Politicians and diapers need to be changed every so often for the very same reason. And that's all I'm going to say about politics. The reason I do vote is members of my family, my cousin Dale, first air Cav, got my brother-in-law Matt, first Mass Marines, my nephew Enzo, my cousin Steve is an airborne ranger. They put their lives on the line for us to have the right to vote. So that being said, I'll exercise my right every time I can. I hope you do too. And that's the end of the politics gig for tonight. All right. Let's get into some college football. We gave out a free best bet last week, just to review. We gave out a free best bet on Georgia, -8. That one did get home for us. We did get the dub there. Of course, my family is a Georgia house, so we were all pretty jacked for that one. So we got off to a good start, 1-0. We filmed the first show. It wasn't live. It was basically for RunPure eyes, just to see if cameras, mics, me, they didn't know, what was I going to get on there and say. They had no idea if I was going to be a crack job. So now we're on episode 2. Hopefully it looks like it's live. Everything looks like it's working. I'm like Fax, man. I never believe it's working until somebody tells me. But so we're gonna go over some NCAA football and Fax, man, too. I hope you guys appreciate the content. He gives you 3 days a week. I mean, the guy's been doing this forever, and he's been winning at it for a really long time. And not only the content bet wise, but the content humor wise is awesome. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that feedback from the gallery. Glad to hear everything's working. Fax man on here. He mentioned working for Uncle Dunkle is like opening for George Carlin. So I think that makes me the guy that opens for the guy that opens for George Carlin. So I'm down on the train, the way down on that chain, but happy to be here. Happy to be with RunPure. Great organization. Yeah, you guys need to check out. Everybody on RunPure is the best at what they do, and they actually care. That's the difference. They actually care about what they do. So we're going to hope to add to that content quality with college football this week and continuing forward. We're going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we'll be the Faxman's days off. I'll always give at least one best bet. I'll always give you what I bet personally. So I have tickets on these. If somebody wants to run into the show me your ticket, I'll be happy. I'm not like Fax. I don't go to the physical casino. I'm on online, obviously, with options online. Here in Virginia, sports betting is legal, so we've got all the standard players. The ones I missed or wish we had was Westgate, Circa, South Point. Anybody, a legit book would be awesome. Really, it'd be awesome. But Fax man, I know you got the sweet shirt, right? So I didn't know if you know, but JJ hooked me up. Check it out, Fax. There's my RunPure. There's my RunPure bet shirt right there. Got it in the mail today, Fax, and look, it's even customized for us old heads. Little Don Best. Sorry, I got to figure this camera out. Little Don Best for you from way back in the day. Both Fax and I did some time inside those walls of that place. Let's get on with college football this week. So for those that didn't get, there was a couple snippets out there that JJ was able to get clean audio, video, internet, the whole bit. My method of handicapping is pretty simple. I have a line of scrimmage rating where I plug in some data points. It spits out ratings for every team. I go through every box score. I go through every scoring play before 10, 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. When the games are kicking on Sunday is generally when I'm working out my final lines for the game. So I have every game lined, and then I'm looking, trying to catch openers and catching opening numbers. And we'll talk some about, I mean, I had some success this week just with the line. I might go 0-10, and I won't even be shocked if I'll be just shocked 0-10, 10-0, whatever. The work was done, the work was put in right, and that's all really that I can control, right? And we can control as bettors is put the quality work in, and then, and bet the numbers. I don't care about the name on the front of the jersey or the back, quite frankly. There's some guys that I see on other networks that it's like they know every player on every college team. And I mean, I respect that. I really do. But I'm not that guy. I know teams. I know data. I know numbers. And I know what my line of scrimmage rating and how it's stacking up right now. And we'll go over some of those numbers. I'll just kind of read off. But I'm going to give you what I played on Sunday, my 10 plays from Sunday. And I'm going to give you the line that I got it at. And I'm going to give you the current. So I messaged JJ earlier. I think we picked up around 13 points over 10 games. And none of the lines has moved against us yet. It doesn't mean it won't. The lines will move. We'll do crazy things late in the week. But let's just go down them one by one. I played Buffalo at +1. This game went to Buffalo -1.5. And that's when your CLV guys would be talking about all the CLV they got. It's come right back to 1. The other side, the other side came through and pushed it right back. So that's the one game that is the exact same number that I played at. So certainly, if you're looking to bet a game, you're looking at some action, you can definitely dive in on Buffalo +1. That's a Wednesday game. That'll be tomorrow. Fax Man will have an opinion maybe on that game. Maybe he won't. Who knows? Kansas State. I played Kansas State at +4. Kansas State is currently +2.5. So I really like when the data that we crunch that I go over, when it crosses a key number, you definitely know you definitely got as good an end of it as you're going to get. Again, Kansas State might get beat by 40, and you'll never hear me say, and me and Fax agree on a lot of things, but that's certainly one of them. Me and Fax were also both altar boys. What are the odds, right? You won't hear me crow about CLV, closing line value. Value to me is found in my pocket. It's in my account. It's in my pocket. It's in my bank account. Talking about it, yeah, I get it. I get it, CLV guys. If I get to see the best line over a course of 100 bets, it's going to result in a better record. We all get that. But the value end of it, it's only value once you cash the ticket, right? So Kansas State, I got it +4, and they are at +2.5 now. Crossing the key number 3. Illinois, I bought at -5.5. I actually had this game queued up at -5 and saw the line change, and I kind of had a feeling it was going to work out decent. It has. Illinois current is -6.5. So we got a 6 key number, but mainly we got a full point of value there. And again, these could all come back late week. I mean, there's some handicappers out there. If Dr. Bob releases the other side in these games, it'll flip right back on Thursday. San Jose State, I got it +2. San Jose State currently is -2.5. And just to answer, I don't know if anybody will have that question, but hedging or arbitrage, fancy words, I just don't do it. I'm not, it'd be a different story if I had some kind of 6-figure future I was one win away from or something like that. I'm not that guy. I don't have those kind of plays. I'm just going to sit back and say, I feel comfortable that I got San Jose State at +2. To win there, you have a couple scenarios, but it's what you're calling for a 1-point game at that point to win both bets. And I'll just sit on my San Jose State +2, but that is -2.5 now. Wisconsin, I bought it +1. The current on Wisconsin is -1.5. So again, flip favorites. A lot of guys talk big about that. It's not that big of a deal, really, in a 1 to 2 point game. But we did get a touch of value there, obviously. Wake Forest, I bought at -3. That looks to be settling at 3.5. The current is 3.5. When I'm giving you the current, I'm giving you what I looked at via DK in Virginia at 4:30 Eastern time today. So about an hour and a half ago. Wisconsin +1 is now -1.5. Wake -3 is currently 3.5. Rutgers, I got at +12. They are +10. Georgia State -13.5. They're at -14. And then I'll give out my two best bets, free best bets on totals, or the last two plays I made. So I played 8 sides. 8 sides and 2 totals. So that was the card for me this week. That was all done by about 5 or 6 o'clock on Sunday night. So as I'm watching the 3 and 4 o'clock games, I'm with 4 o'clock and into the 7:30. But my work's about done by the time the 7:30 NFL game kicks on Sunday. And I really generally won't do much more after that. Now I'll keep an eye on the numbers, but I sort of settled in on what I like. That's a lot for me to be quite honest. And I think that's about as busy a card as you're going to see for me on a college football Saturday. I tend to live in the 5 to 7, 3 to 7, somewhere in there. These were games that I had specific notes on. And again, I gleaned that out of box scores and scoring plays, box scores, scoring plays, and scrubbing fake yardage, scrubbing bad yardage, cleaning the data up a little bit. 2 80-yard drives when you're down 38-0 in the fourth quarter is really, that's not 160 yards of total offense, to be quite frank. We went over closing line value. My ratings, and I know Fax had mentioned JJ was, won scenarios and that's that sort of thing, and that national championship. And I'm happy to do that, to oblige that kind of stuff. That's the benefit of being the undercard, right? To Fax is I can take the crumbs that he doesn't want, right? So right now, and this is a line of scrimmage rating, again, doesn't factor in coaching, experience, conference, schedule strength, all that stuff. This is just when they line up and play offense and defense, okay? Georgia is my number one, and the nation's number one. So again, that makes you feel good about your ratings when you're in line with what seems to be the best team in the country right now. I've got Ohio State 2, and actually I have Michigan right behind them in my line of scrimmage ratings, and they're right there with Ohio State. So I think you're looking at basically Georgia makes the SEC title game. They're obviously look to unbeaten. They're going to be in with win, lose, or draw that game. The other option, if the West wins out of that, there's obviously an option there. I can't. I mean, you have to believe. If Alabama beats Georgia in an SEC title game, Alabama and Georgia both go. Ohio State, Michigan, a little different scenario, right? But a one-loss Big Ten. I mean, there is a legit scenario where, and I guess that was one of the questions that Fax was bringing up yesterday. But there's a legit scenario out there where you could have 2 SEC and 2 Big Ten. Now, who can crash the party? Well, certainly, I guess you could. You could say Oregon, right? That's a trendy one. Oregon and Tennessee have the same problem. They're giving up 4 bills a game. They're giving up 400 yards a game in offense. Now, Oregon's got a potent offense, but you give up 400 playing Oregon's schedule. What do you expect them to give up to Georgia? What do you expect them to give up to Ohio State? So that's a potential party crasher, and obviously TCU is a potential party crasher. They're a little further down, but again, when we talk about Oregon and TCU, both of them are giving up over 400 yards in total offense. So I just, when you tend to look at it, you're looking at Georgia at 282, Ohio State 271, Michigan gives up 242 a game. I mean, Illinois is even at 246 a game, right? So you can get some. Yeah, that's defense. I mean, when you're not giving up 3 bills of offense in a game, you're straight up playing defense. My rating system tends to favor that a little bit more, maybe to its own fault sometimes, but at least I'm aware of it. So that's my scenarios. I mean, to me, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan are pretty clear. Oregon, TCU, they get there. If they get there, I don't see them making much noise. I don't see them holding any of those 3 teams under 50, if they need 50, quite frankly. Georgia doesn't always need 50 with their defense. And Michigan obviously knows how to play a little bit on that side of the ball too. So again, my My Twitter handle is at Ray Greyfox on Twitter. My DM is open. As JJ always says, the comments, dive in, they're warm water. DM me if you have handicapping questions. DM me if you're wanting to know about a specific game. I'm not going to go over the entire card, right? It would take, be an extended show, and I don't think anybody would want to hear all the games. I did give you the 8 games that I bet. I'm going to give my 2 best bets. These also involved a lot of line moves. So, but I feel like I know it's crazy, but I feel like they still haven't got out the line window yet. UCF Tulane, I bought the over at 51.5 and actually sent, it was JJ. I sent him a question. I said, you get a time this week, just look at it. I said, I already bet it. So nothing's going to get me off of it at this point. But that was the number that I had so far off that it's one of those ones that it's the reason I max bet 5%. Because if I didn't max bet 5%, I'd be, shoveling, I'd be doing the poker move, right? Pushing it all in. Discipline. That's how you stay in the game. Make your moves when you can make them. But I played over 51.5, currently at 55. I don't think it's high enough. I just don't think it's high enough. So I'm still willing to give it as a best bet. I had some other games on here that were within a half point. I probably could have gone with line value wise, but and so just the other one, and I like both these. And actually, the other one I was a little closer to what the total was, but my cutoff line was, I said if that game's under 70, I'm betting it over. It was 69.5, and that's Washington, Oregon. That's a 72.5, and I mean that's liable to keep climbing. When I looked at weather, any involvement of weather or anything, I'm looking 5-6 days ahead, but nothing seemed to be really outstanding that would prevent. And Washington, Oregon, that game should just be. And I had already said, I mean, Oregon's given up 4 bills. Washington's given up something close to that. Washington's given up 383 yards a game. So there's your 2 free best bets for the week. Want to wish everybody a happy election day. Hope everybody has a good one. You got Faxman on Wednesday, the headliner. And these RunPure shirts we're marketing right now. I think they're $11.99. Anybody that watches this down the road, RunPure bets. I think don't quote me here, but I think it's $15 for a week. Anybody that buys a week of RunPure with the code the Fox Den will get. I'll buy you a second week. I'll buy your second week. So buy 1 week, RunPure bets. Use code the Fox Den, and I'll buy your second week for you. So two for the price of 1. How's that? All right. So that's going to be it for tonight. Appreciate Eric. Appreciate you being here. I hope we get more. I hope as Fox said, we get JJ to rattle the bushes over there at the high end RunPure Sports end and get some people over here watching us, because it's certainly fun to bring you the content, and it's a lot more fun when people are interacting and and asking questions, and we can actually help give you a hand with something if you're working through it. So to send it out, remember, if you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. See ya.